It is a crunch week in the Brexit process. All eyes are on whether a trade deal can be struck. Both sides know it is now or never. Britain's chief negotiator, David Frost, determined not to be distracted by the comings and goings in Downing Street, but rather set on trying to get that trade deal.
Mr Frost, will there be a deal next week? Are you staying in post, Lord Frost?
I'm just getting on with my job.
Now in Brussels for talks, he tweeted, "We are working to get a deal, but the only one that's possible is one that is compatible with our sovereignty and takes back control of our laws, our trade and our waters. That has been our consistent position from the start, and I will not be changing it," he wrote. One sticking point threatens to bring things to a standstill, and that's the UK's insistence on a kind of trade insurance policy, which breaks the terms of the withdrawal agreement signed by the Prime Minister back in January.
I've spoken to a lot of EU capitals about this and also EU commissioners, and I think there is an absolutely unanimous view that if the British government deliberately decides to break international law and undermine a treaty that's not even 12 months old, well then why would the EU sign up to a new deal when the UK is breaking the existing one?
I hope you were listening to
Good morning.
the Simon Coveney interview. He said that the EU won't do a trade deal, there's unanimous agreement on that, if the UK government tries to restore measures to the internal market bill which break the law. Are you going to try and do that?
Yes, we will be putting those measures back because they are very important. They just really bring clarity to mechanisms that are already in the withdrawal agreement.
This is all about the internal market bill, which the government brought in, they say, to ensure the trade of goods and services between all four home nations remain barrier-free after the Brexit transition period ends at the end of the year. One of the major issues is how the same rules can apply to Northern Ireland when it shares a border with the Republic of Ireland, which will remain in the EU. The EU says the bill breaks the terms of the withdrawal agreement, as well as international law. The bill ended up here at the House of Lords, and peers voted overwhelmingly to take out the bits that would allow ministers to break international law. But the government is now determined to put those bits straight back in again. And that sets the tone for the final stages of Britain's negotiation with Europe.
I think the difficult thing for the Prime Minister is that any deal that is reached with the EU will still come with quite a lot of disruption. And so if he does make compromises and agree something that still makes it much harder to trade with the EU, the Prime Minister will then need to own that. Whereas in a no-deal scenario, it's sort of easier to blame the EU for any disruption that's coming. And I think that's ultimately what the Prime Minister is going to have to make a decision on.
It's an impasse, a stalemate, the kind of stubborn deadlock that has defined Brexit from the very start. Nick Martin, Sky News, Westminster.